body na gently. Mr. Coco and the rhyme so sickness na mortal money enemy, na mortal money enemy. So if you get sick, do ya know either more? Make you doctor, cause now well body better pass the body. This life now one need to know.
Good afternoon, me famble them. Una welcome to another episode of Well Body na Gently with Dr. Mafudia and me, una nurse, Inez K. Today we don't come back for Carol more small about mental health. Dr. Soare, Dria, you go tell me how today they go.
Yes, Ms. Inez, thank you so much. And good afternoon, good evening, good morning to my family and where they listen to it. And I thank you again for our diligence and our support of this program. So today will be just one for Ms. Inez say, promote a little bit more upon this, mental health issue. Because now mental health na thing way a difficult na boku culture and boku community then. We in Africa we can look for things say, so then so now with man problem then. But really mental illness also with man sick, also sick way belong to any one culture or any one country, also gentleman sick, also poor man sick, anybody. No matter your age, no matter, how much money you get, how much gentle you get, no matter which part of the world you dey, mental illness, when are the sick of the mind, it affects all kinds of people there. Sometimes then some of their mental, illness here, so some of their mental sick here, so they come because of the situation then where people then they find themselves. But sometimes then they, some of them sick here, so can, no explanation, nothing for day, and so we go talk, but some of them here so because I think the way people then done the study, where scientists and doctors done the study for many years for try for understand this. And the one thing also we in Africa no more now the one the way they shame for talk but then here so most culture then they know people then they shame for talk but mental, illness. And I think say now the reason maybe now because, mental illness, it dey inside and because it dey not the mind, we all feel say we're able to control we mind. And so where people then they get this sick here, so we then say, also inside your body, also blood test, what they go do for sure. You say, oh yes, this not diabetes, so then check your blood pressure. So yeah, the blood pressure high, you get hypertension. No, we're not getting kind of tested and they for prove this sick here. So over the generation then we don't come for belief say the way then are you aid, you for able for controller because now you get you aid, now you get your mind. But that's not true because the mind is such a very complex thing. And scientists that don't study, they know say chemical then what we brain they make, they affect we mood them. So to just, whether you get, poverty or this or that or good to or bad may happen to you, things that they happen now we brain that we will not get no control over where, can cause sickness or can cause mental illness. Mental health, not just the way would they deal with the things and way they affect the emotion there, so that hopefully we will prevent some of the mental illness here so, or even if we still suffer for some of them here so, will bring it down to the part where we're not able to function. So now that I think we we go on for talk but a little bit more, but some of them come on one day, like anxiety and depression, and even the more extreme one then where where we can what we can know but commonly back at home we can say Christmas then where boku of them get what we call psychotic disorder then we can include schizophrenia and things like that day. And the one the way they have now Western country there, then only able things like bipolar, disorder. So we will talk just a little bit, about some of them things in there. As a primary care doctor, part of me training now also for able for recognize boku of them sick so and know when for refer people to specialists that we go able for do the specific treatment. or can treat, mild cases of depression and anxiety. More severe things, then we'll go refer, to specialists. So another day first I go make, then Ms. Ernest, you go tell me, what's in, how you want more, which question will you want for more tackle first.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Mafudia Swari. I think the first way we go want for talk, but you don't call some of them sick there, so they affect with mind, like anxiety, depression, schizophrenia, bipolar. Waiting at this anxiety.
Yeah, so anxiety, interesting. I think we'll be talking about this the last time for some of them sick here, so not get specific word for them pancreas. So now go forgive me. I'll try for describe best as I able, based on the language we'll get, because of course with culture they not get specific word for them sick here. So waiting really in anxiety, because yes. Word not there for anxiety, not just the English word we'll get. So the closest I can anxiety.
Now we can just say we anxious.
We are anxious, but even that in our English word, right? Anxious to
English.
Waiting at anxious pantim, waiting at anxious pamende or limba or koanko or fulan. So the best I can say is like wondering, like where where we can say, oh, that day they wondering, that na possible elect for wondering. So you can get people that way be say, that they wondering too much, any thing that they wondering, but if you get for go na market tomorrow, all day today they think but that market where you get for go, how you get for go, and waiting go happen if you not get transport, waiting go happen if rain can, waiting go happen if waiting one buy, get all that after when normally most people say you get for go na market tomorrow, you get for go na market tomorrow. You wait tomorrow can you go whatever happen, it happen. If you think say get for rain, you go make sure say you get umbrella or something for cover it. But you go sit down, they think about that whole process there for hours and hours. So some people will get what we call anxiety disorder. Just even small thing like that, they go overthink and they think all kind of way, and usually in a negative way, right? So the anxiety in a negative thoughts, then things of bad thing way can happen, we go, where might happen. And sometimes then they waiting can trigger some then are some bad experience. Say for example, the person one day if they go to market, if they start motor car, then they get accidents. Then maybe somebody die, even if somebody not been died by that accident day. But after that, they now you don't get that anxiety, that fear day. Anytime we want to go to market to imagine for say, maybe that same thing will happen again. Maybe you go they say accident again the next time. So you get afraid they inside. Anytime we they make need for gonna market, that afraid they be campana. In body they go into that hyper, vigilant, hyper vigilance, the way we say, it's like the whole thing they happen again. So some of their extreme ways about anxiety. And you get some people then at their health that they wonder about their health. Any after where they feel no more. And what if na cancer again? What if na this again? If you piece to say, if they say diabetes, you they piece boku. Maybe now don't get diabetes just because they go piece to say. If you add that, what if na stroke they can't get? What if again, that they wonder, but any small thing where they feel na them body, that they imagine bad thing for saying it means something bad. So that are just some examples.
So boku worry.
Boku worry and wondering, but in them way, most people they not go worry that much, but so what in they make so we all can feel anxious, right? And naturally you're supposed to feel anxious, not normal response, especially where you they not unfamiliar, with now your body in way down there for protect. If you're in an unfamiliar environment, you need for prepare for the worst, right? As a protective way to say. If you don't go na bush, you got for work and a bush road na net. If it's may you feel anxious, because then you ace the extra sharp for listening for sound, then for that thing where go can attack you or something, you to be extra sharp for look side they put your foot. So that's not normal for protect you. Waiting now turn and sick where that same vigilance that you they bring up by every little thing, they wonder to the point that they able for do your normal daily activity there. then they now don't turn on from normal and normal anxiety to sickness. So the one where we what we not want now for where somebody then one day then they're not able to do the work where they're supposed to do, or they're not able to take care of them picking them, maybe they get trouble now then job, they're not able to do their job fine because they wondering, but every little thing they take them so long for me them finish their work because they're afraid, or they're not able. I know some people then they don't in them country so 10-20 years they're not able to drive because they're so afraid for get accidents that any tourist they put them behind that steering, they panic, they freeze. Then we don't take anxiety to the extreme. We all when they drive, you go, of course you get for worry about accidents, you go be alert for with stuff. But if you think the moment you go be able to car no more, you get accidents, you're not able for drive. So when you get one day where they cause you for me not able to do things the way you need for do or way you want to do, then they don't become, we don't become, sick.
Then a problem.
Then a problem. You need to get help.
So if they wondering because you get for go take test, then they not a problem.
Then not a problem. But if you wondering to the point that you're not able to take the test, because some man they go one day they go get diarrhea, and one thing, but not so, but one thing, but where we gonna talk about that mental illness, not all day now your mind. Your mind actually can affect what your body they do.
Other parts of the body.
Exactly. So I can tell me patients then, because something like, oh yeah, they will just tell me say all day na me. But now real thing, people and they want to get so anxious they go vomit. Some man go get diarrhea. Some man go call the bus spanner. Just from your brain so powerful that things the way you they think can translate into real problem then at your body. So some man go to a doctor and say, oh, they get diarrhea. You go do all kinds of tests, figure out what to cause the diarrhea until you figure out what to go on at the mind.
So the mind can cause you forget actual physical symptoms.
Exactly.
All right.
And that example exam na good one, because I know some people and way, like now the Western country, they recognize dancing and they know say some people they go ask you if you have to go take public exam if you need special accommodation there. What do they mean by that? Because they know say some people and that stress they for go take exam, they're not able to perform. Also for say them full. So that they allow for that day. If you go see doctor, they able to diagnose you with that day. You can take and say, I need special conditions. So some man they'll need for take the exam separate from other people there. They need more time just because that panic they freeze, then they're not able to complete the exam, in time. So now then consider they recognize that and they accommodate for them. Hopefully over time now we consider in a salon. It will help some people that will not ever able to pass exam because of exam anxiety.
Okay. Thank you for that, Lily or Mondeh. With depression, at the other thing and the end, where we can talk now with community. We're not hearing too much about anxiety, but this word here where they call depression. You hear young people, them old people are depressed. So they throw the word normal depressed. Waiting are depressed, not from the psychologist point, from me a young point, waiting at this depression thing and how we they show power.
Yeah, depression is something very common. Now basically a low mood where you can get. And if we're honest with yourself, almost people that at some point in their life they don't experience some degree of depression. Again, like most sickness, everything they by grade, right? So for example, somebody, something bad happens. Say, come on, thing like Boku of we, some of we can at this country also because of war. We lost Boku thing there, whether na personal thing there, whether na family or whatever. It make that loss day. Well, just the fact that you get for run away, come on, you home, go someplace else. It make you mood low. They get that gladdy in your heart, right? And so, so you can feel sad, they feel happy, thing them way you normally can enjoy, they able to enjoy them again. If not some man that way, something I possibly be like then dance and listen to music. But now if you play in music, even in favorite music, no more, just like are not interested anymore. So that's some of the symptoms then of depression. You get some man, it just a sleep. No matter how much you sleep, you feel like you just need for sleep more. For get energy for grab come also because it's sick or it just not get that energy. Or some man not they sleep. It go lay down all nights, they sleep. They sleep. You get some man, it eats too much. It just they eat, and and I then come to here so can talk about emotional eating. Where they feel sad, they feel down, so you just they eat them quick. You don't pack body. Yes. Then you get some man then when at the opposite, they're not able for it. When they're sad, when they're mood low and then depressed, they're not they get appetite for it, so that they lost weight. So now all
they will say they are not sweet.
Yes. So now different way than the way depression can manifest. Sometimes a lot of time then the specific trigger can be for that depression. So common one a loss, some kind of a major loss. Whether a loss of a loved one, whether a loss of a job, especially now in this pandemic, people they experience compound losses there. That they lost somebody close to them, then maybe they lost their job because everything closed down because of the pandemic, able to forget job again. So all that things, and there's some man, a man left farm or a wife left farm, or something bad happened to Pekin, maybe they diagnose you Pekin with sick, or maybe they diagnose you with some major sick, right? So one common one way we can see they diagnose somebody, say, with cancer. Of course you go feel, you're not there for feel gladdy because, now they look like, what if I go die? What's going to happen to my family and things like that. So, but who of them in the way can trigger, some man, it get good business and everything, then all of a sudden he lost all that day, either then Tifa or whatever happened. So all then Boku different in the way can trigger, depression. But sometimes people they feel depressed where no specific trigger no day, right? Then we can look and say, what do you get reason for depression? What's all right for you? You get good job, you get, you get good man, you get, you picking all they do well, this and that. What do you get for depressed? But and then you can look in life and say, yeah, I get everything. Why me would they feel so low? And we can see this all day, but then Hollywood people there, then rich people there, where they go commit suicide, they say then depressed. Their mood so low that they don't feel say life worth living anymore, then they kill themselves. Depression are one of the common reasons the way people that can commit suicide. Waiting that day. So we know safe scientists that don't say, excuse me, the brain get chemical the way it make where some people that chemical they did not the balance off. And because that balance they off now them brain, even though physical, they go on with them, they're just not able to bring that normal happy reaction to good things and way they happen, with them in their life. So then they now other thing. And so for that medication, then the way they can give for help for improve, then chemical then in the person brain and help with the depression. If you get question, then una can send to question then on our Facebook page, on Twitter, on Instagram, or even email we na wellbodysalon@gmail.com. Again, this is Dr. Mafudia Aswari. Thank you for waiting to watch the video. Stay tuned for our next video.